Gregory! I strike quickly being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, to be valiant is to stand. So if thou art moved, thou runst away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand.
Draw thy tool. Here comes two of the house of Montague.
Oh, my naked weapon is out. Quarrel! I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run.
Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our side. Let them begin.
I shall frown at them as I pass by, and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
If you do, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
What? No better?
Oh, say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better.
You lie.
Draw! If you be men, Gregory, remember thy swashing blow! Drop your swords, you will not do! What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death. I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage to part these men with me. What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward!
Flourishes his blade in sight of me!
Now, Billy Cat, you lads!
Rebellious subjects! Enemies to peace! Ladies of the saber seize you! On pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground!
Hear the sentence of your moved prince.
Welcome, everyone, to the very first Tennessee Shakespeare Company Classic
What you just saw is the opening brawl from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, directed by Roberta Inscoe and fight choreographed by Edgar Landa. And what you are about to see is an evening of monologues and scenes featuring us, TSC's very first classical acting apprenticeship cohort.
Over the past 8 months, we have been in 4 main stage productions here on our Tabor stage.
Including The Tempest,
The importance of being earnest.
A Streetcar Named Desire,
And most recently, Hamlet.
We have toured the Macbeth Initiative and the Romeo and Juliet project through around the schools in Memphis. We've reached over 3,000 high schoolers, introducing them to Shakespeare, and also providing them tools to prevent armed violence against themselves and others in their community.
Thank you so much for being here tonight and for watching us grow over the past 8 months. My name is Carly Boyle, and I am based in northern New Jersey.
I am Irene Keeney, and I am based in Stanton, Virginia.
My name is Elijah Hernandez, and I'm based in Houston, Texas.
My name is Christina Hinogo, and I am based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Good evening, I am Shalene Sugar, and I am based in San Antonio, Texas.
Hello, I'm Logan McCarty, and I'm based in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hello, I am Allison Teagarden, and I am based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Hi everyone, my name is Hadley Evans-Nash, and I am based in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hi, I am Marquise Dijon Archuleta, and I am based in Atlanta, Georgia.
Performing as Sir James from a new adaptation of Jane Austen's Lady Susan, written by local playwright Stephen Hancock. Sir James is an obnoxious suitor, and he has come to visit Lady Susan and her family.
Charming! Charming! Delish, I must say, delish! Oh, Lady Susan, how quite delicious it is to see you. I was in London, you know, and I paid a lovely visit to your Mrs. Johnson, Alicia, and she told me of a divine visit here. So I said to myself, Sir James, you must see the countryside, get out of the city, and breathe some of the good country air. So I decided to pay my respects to one and all. Churchill. Oh, quite a confusing name. What? In my haste to venture out amongst the countryside, I could not recall at all the name of my destination. I remembered a quasi-religious ring about it, but was struck dumb as to the actual name. Soon upon my journey, a name sprang forth. Chapelmont. Imagine my perplexation to discover that one cannot find a mountain in all the county of Sussex, much less one with a chapel sitting upon it. Circumstances forced me to inquire of a stranger. Please, sir, direct me to Chapelmont. Certainly you must know that. He looks at me and says, kind sir, but there is no Chapelmont, declare I. Oh, but there must be. Could you be thinking of Churchill? Yes, indeed. It was a Churchill and not a Chapelmont. After that, the rest was rather easy.
Harry Percy, Hotspur, miracle of men and exactly the kind of fighter and ruler King Henry IV wishes his own son, Prince Hal, could be. But here Hotspur discovers that all men fall short in the eyes of the king. This is Elijah Hernandez's Hotspur from Henry IV, Part 1.
My liege, I did deny no prisoners. But I remember when the fight was done, when I was dry with rage and extreme toil, breathless and faint, leaning upon my sword, came there a certain lord, neat and trimly dressed, fresh as a bridegroom, and his chin, new reaped, showed like a stubble-landed harvest home. He was perfumed like a milliner. And twixt his finger and his thumb, he held a pouncet box, which ever and anon he gave his nose and took it away again, who therewith angry when next came there, took it and snuffed them. And still he smiled and talked, and as the soldiers bore dead bodies by, he called them untaught knaves, unmannerly, to bring his slovenly, unhandsome corpse betwixt the wind and his nobility. With many holiday lady terms, he questioned me, amongst the rest demanded my prisoners in your majesty's behalf. I then, all smarting with my wounds being called to be so pestered with a popinjay, answered neglectingly, I know not what he should or he should not, for he made me mad. To see him shine so brisk, smell so sweet, and talk so like a waiting gentlewoman of guns and drums and wounds. God save the mark! And telling me, but for these vile guns, he would himself have been a soldier. This bald, unjointed chat of his, my lord, I answered indirectly, as I said. And I beseech you, let not his reports come current for an accusation betwixt my love and your high majesty.
Master Antipholus and Service Dromio find themselves in Ephesus, where, unbeknownst to them, their long-lost identical twins also live. After a day of mishaps of mistaken identity, here is one instance of the comedy of errors with Chilean Sugar and Marquis de Jean Archuleta.
How now, Dromio! Wherefore runs thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art, Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
I am an ass! I am a woman's man, and besides myself!
What woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Marry, sir, besides myself, I am due to a woman. One that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me!
What claim lays she to thee?
Oh, marry, sir, such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and
she would have me as a beast. Not that I being a beast, she would have me, but she being a very beastly creature lays claim to me.
What is she?
A reverend body, aye. Such a one as a man may not speak of without he say, sir, reverence. I have but lean luck in the match, and yet she is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease. And I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her, and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and the tallow in them will burn a Poland winter. If she live till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is she of?
Oh, sport, like my shoe. But her face nothing like so clean kept, for why she sweats. A man may go over shoes in the grime of it.
That's a fault that water will mend.
No, sir, Noah's flood could not do it.
What is her name?
Nell, sir. But her name and 3/4, that's an L, and 3/4 will not measure her from hip to hip.
Then she bears some breadth.
No longer from head to toe than from hip to hip. She is spherical. A globe. And I could find out countries in her.
In what part of her body stood Ireland?
Marry, sir, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bogs.
Where's Scotland?
Oh, marry, sir, I found it in the barrenness, hard in the palm of her hand.
Where France?
Oh, marry, sir, in her forehead, armed and averted, making war against her heir.
Where England?
Oh, I looked for the chalky cliffs, but could find no whiteness in them. But I guess it stood in her chin, between the salt room that ran between France and it.
Where's Spain?
Oh, marry, sir, I saw it not. But faith, I felt it hot in her breath.
Oh, where America? The Indies?
Oh, sir, upon her nose, all o'er-embellished with rubies, carbuncles, sapphires, declining their rich aspect to the hot breath of Spain, who sent whole armadas of carracks to be ballast at her nose.
Where stood Belgium? The Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, this drudge or diviner laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, told me what privy marks I had about me, such as the mark on my shoulder, the mole in my neck, and the great wart on my left arm, that I, amazed, ran from her as from a witch. And I think if my breast had not been made of faith and my heart of steel, she had transformed me to a curdled dog and made me turn at the wheel.
Go, hide thee presently, post to the road. And if the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the march, where I will walk till thou return to me. If everybody knows us and we know none, I think it is time we trudge, pack, and be gone.
As from a bear a man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
Isabella, a nun in training, must plead for the life of her brother Claudio, who has been sentenced to death. She must convince Angelo, the Duke Interim, to spare her brother's life. Here is Irene Keeney as Isabella in Shakespeare's Measure for Measure.
So you must be the first that gives this sentence, and he that suffers. Oh, it is excellent to have a giant's strength, but it is tyrannous to use it like a giant. Could great men thunder as Jove himself does? Jove would ne'er be quiet, for every pelting, petty officer would use his heaven for thunder. Nothing but thunder! Merciful heaven, thou rather with thy sharp sulphurous bolts split the unwedgeable and gnarled oak and the soft myrtle. But man, proud man, dressed in a brief little authority, most ignorant to what he is most assured, his glassy essence, like an angry ape, plays such fantastic tricks before high heaven as would make the angels weep. Go to your bosom, knock there, and ask your heart what it doth know that is like my brother's fault. If it confess a natural guiltiness such as is his, let it not sound a thought upon your tongue against my brother's life.
Here we meet a young woman named Viola, who has disguised herself as a man named Cesario in order to work for Duke Orsino, with whom she is in love. The Duke, however, is in love with Lady Olivia, who, in mourning, has sworn off all suitors, especially the Duke. However, the Duke has sent Cesario to win over Lady Olivia on his behalf. This is 12th night, with Carly Boyle as Viola and Christina Hinoco as Lady Olivia.
The honor... The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me! I will answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet by the very pangs of malice I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain if you are she, you do usurp yourself. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then come to the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wander at you than to hear you. If you be mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of boon with me to make one so skipping a dialogue.
Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me, I have learned from my entertainment. What I am, and what I would, are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
We shall hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady!
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Ah, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present, is not well done.
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave, and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It should be inventoried to every label and particle utensil labeled to my will as item, 2 lips in different red. Item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Our Lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense.
I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contented love, and sing them proudly even to the dead of night. Hallow your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get it to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you were to come to me again to tell me how he takes it. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart a flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in content. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. Oh, be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, thy actions, and spirit do give thee fire, full blazing, not so fast, soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. What let it be? Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Edmund, seeking to usurp power from his brother Edgar, convinces his father that Edgar is trying to kill him. At the end of the play, Edgar and Edmund battle, and Edgar strikes the winning blow, and gets to finally vindicate himself with the whole truth of his journey. Here is Logan McCarty as Edgar in Shakespeare's King Lear.
This a brief tale, when 'tis told, oh, that my heart would burst. Bloody proclamation to escape which followed me so near. Oh, our life's sweetness, that we, the pain of death, would hourly die rather than die at once. Taught me to shift into madmen's rags, to assume a semblance the very dogs disdained. And in this habit met I my father, with his bleeding rings, the precious stones new lost. Became his guide, led him, begged for him, saved him from despair, and never, no fault, revealed myself unto him, until some half hour passed when I was armed. Not sure, though hoping of this good success, I asked his blessing, and from first to last told him of my pilgrimage. But his flawed heart, alack, too weak the conflict to support, twixt the two extremes of passion, joy, and grief, burst, smilingly.
Has been abandoned by her true love Demetrius, who sought the hand of her childhood best friend. Here is Hadley Evans Nash as Helena in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know, and as he errs, doting on Hermia's eye, so I, admiring of his quality. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eye, but with the mind. and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind, nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste. Wings end no eyes? Figure unheedy haste, and therefore love is said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere, for ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oath that he was only mine. And when that hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the woods will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is at dear expense. But here in mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither, and back again!
Kings and rebels fall, but the price of Hal's crown must be paid in battle with Hotspur's blood. With choreography by Edgar Landa and Elijah Hernandez, here is Elijah as Hotspur and Irene Keeney as Hal and Henry IV, Part 1.
If I mistake not, thou art Harry Monmouth.
Thou speakst as if I would deny my name.
My name is Harry Percy.
Why, I see a very valiant rebel of that name. I am the Prince of Wales, and think not, Percy, to share in glory with thee any more. Two stars cannot move in the same sphere, nor can one England brook a double reign of Harry Percy and the Prince of Wales.
Nor shalt, Harry, for the hour is come to end the one of us. And would to God thy name in arms were now as great as mine.
I'll make it greater, for ere I part with thee those budding honors on thy crest, I'll crop and make a garland for my head.
I can no longer brook thy bayonets! Thou hast won of me. They wound my thoughts more than thy sword, my flesh. But thoughts, the slaves of life, and life, time's fool. And time that takes survey of all the world, must have a stop. Oh, I could prophesy, but that the earthy and cold finger of death lies upon my tongue. No, Percy, thou art dust and food
for worms. Brave Percy, fare thee well, great heart. Ill-weaved ambition, how much art thou shrunk, for that this body did contain a spirit, a kingdom for it was too small a bound, but 2 paces of the vilest earth is room enough. This earth that bears thee dead, bears not alive so stout a gentleman. And if thou wert sensible of courtesy, I should not do such a show of zeal, but let my favors hide thy mangled face. And even in thy behalf, I'll thank myself for doing these fair rites of tenderness. Adieu. And take thy praise with thee to heaven. Thy ignominy will sleep with thee in the grave, but not be remembered in thy epitaph.
Cecily Cardew, the young ward to her Uncle Jack, has just laid eyes on Algernon Moncrief for the very first time. Let's see how Algernon, posing under the identity of Ernest Worthing, comes to woo Miss Cardew in The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. Here is Allison T. Garden and Logan McCarty.
I have never met any really wicked person before. I feel rather frightened. I am so afraid he will look just like everybody else. He does!
You are my little cousin Cecily, I'm sure.
I am not little. In fact, I believe that I am more than usually tall for my age. But I am your cousin Cecily, and you, I see by your card, are my Uncle Jack's brother, my cousin Ernest. My wicked cousin Ernest.
I'm not at all wicked, cousin Cecily. You mustn't think I'm wicked.
If you are not, then you have certainly been deceiving us in a most inexcusable manner. I hope you have not been leading a double life, pretending to be wicked when being really good all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
Well, I have been rather reckless.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now that you mention the subject, I have been bad in my own small way.
Well, I don't think you should be so proud of that, but I'm sure it must have been very pleasant.
It's much pleasanter being here with you.
I can't understand how you're here at all. Uncle Jack won't be back till Monday afternoon.
Oh, that is a great disappointment. I'm obliged to be back on the first train Monday morning.
I do think you should wait till Uncle Jack arrives. I know he wishes to speak to you about your emigrating.
About my what?
Your emigrating! He's gone up to buy your outfit.
Oh, I wouldn't let Jack buy my outfits. No taste in neckties at all.
I don't think you should require neckties. Uncle Jack is sending you to Australia.
Australia? I'd rather die.
Well, he did say you would have to choose between this world, the next world, and Australia.
Well, the accounts I've heard of the next world and Australia are not particularly encouraging. This world is good enough for me.
Yes, but are you good enough for it?
I don't think that I am. That is why I would like for you to reform me, Cousin Cecily. You might make it your mission.
I'm afraid I've no time this afternoon.
Would you mind if I reformed myself this afternoon?
It is rather quixotic of you, but I think you should try.
I will. I feel better already.
You're looking a little worse.
That's because I'm hungry.
Oh, how thoughtless of me. I should have remembered that when one is going to lead an entirely new life, one requires regular and wholesome meals. Won't you come inside?
Might I have a buttonhole first? Never have any appetite unless I have a buttonhole first.
A Marie Miel?
I would sooner have a pink rose.
Why?
Because you are like a pink rose, Cousin Cecily.
I don't think it can be right for you to talk to me like that. Miss Prism never says such things to me.
Miss Prism's a short-sighted old lady. You are the prettiest girl I ever saw.
Miss Prism says that all good looks are a snare.
They are a snare. One that any sensible man would like to be caught in.
Oh. Well, I don't think I should care to catch a sensible man. I shouldn't know what to talk to him about.
Hermione, Queen of Sicilia, stands falsely accused by her husband, the king, of high treason and adultery. She is now brought before her husband and his court to defend the only thing she has left, her honor. Here is Shalene Sugar in Shakespeare's A Winter's Tale.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor. I do give lost, but know not how it went. My second joy, and first fruits of my body, I am from his presence, barred as one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast. The innocent milk in it most innocent mouth hauled out to murder, myself on every post, proclaimed a strumpet, with immodest hatred, the childbed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here, to this place, in the open condemned upon surmises, all proofs, sleeping else but what your jealousies awake. I tell you, 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo, be my judge.
Smooth-talking womanizer Harry Horner poses as a eunuch to gain access to the married women of his town. One such woman is Lady Fidget, the wife of Harry's clueless friend Sir Jasper Fidget. In this spicy scene from the Restoration era, we have Marquise de Jean Archuleta, Hadley Evans Nash, and Logan McCarty in William Wycherley's The Country Wife.
Now we talk of women of honor. Here comes one. But observe if I have not particular privileges with the women of reputation already. Already!
Well, sir, am I not a woman of honor? You see I'm as good as my word.
And you shall see, madam, I will not be behindhand with you in honor, and I'll be as good as my word too, if you please but to withdraw into the next room.
But first, my dear sir, you must promise to have a care of my dear honor.
If you talk a word more of your honor, you will make me incapable to wrong it. To talk of honor and the mysteries of love is like talking of heaven or the deity in an operation of witchcraft. Just when you're about to employ the devil, the charm becomes impotent.
Nay, fine, let us not be smutty, but you talk of mysteries and bewitching to me. I don't understand you.
Nay, madam, the word money in a mistress's mouth at such a nick of time is not a less disheartening sound to a younger brother than that of honor to an eager lover like myself.
But you can't blame a lady of my reputation to be chary.
Chary? I have been chary of it already by the report I have caused of myself.
Aye, but if you should ever let another woman know the secret, it could get out. You must have a great care of your conduct, for my acquaintance are so censorious. Oh, 'tis a wicked, censorious world, Mr. Horner. I say are so censorious and detracting that perhaps they'll talk to the prejudice of my honor, though you should not let them know the dear secret.
Rather than they shall prejudice your honor, I'll prejudice theirs, and to serve you, I with them all make the secret their own, and then they will keep it. I am a Machiavel in love, madam.
Oh, no, sir, not that way.
Nay, the devil take me, if censorious women are to be silenced any other way.
A secret is better kept, I hope, by a single person than a multitude. Therefore, pray, do not trust anyone else with it, dear Mr. Horner!
How now?
My husband! Prevented, and what's almost as bad, found with my arms around another man. It will seem almost too much. What shall I say? Sir Jasper, come hither! I am just trying if Mr. Horner is ticklish, and he's as ticklish as can be. I love to torment the confounded toad. Pray that you and I tickle him together.
No, your ladyship will tickle him just fine without me. But is this your buying china? I thought you'd been at the China House.
China House, that's my cue, I must take it. Oh, pox! Can't you keep your impertinent wives at home? Some men are troubled with the husbands, I with the wives. But I will have you to know that if I cannot be your journeyman by night, I will not be a drudge by day, to squire your wife about, and be a man of straw or scarecrow, only to pies and jays that would be nibbling at your forbidden fruit. I will shortly be the hackney gentleman usher of the town.
The poor fools had right on faith. To squire women about for other men is unfortunate employment as telling money for other men. Be not angry, Horner.
No, 'tis I have more reason to be angry who am left by you, to go abroad indecently alone, and what's more indecent, to pin myself upon such ill-bred people of your acquaintance as this is.
Prithee, what has he done?
Oh, he's done nothing.
Then why do you take ill if he's done nothing?
I can't help but laugh. Did you think the unmannerly toad would come down to me at the carriage? I was fain go up to fetch him, or go without him, which I was loath to do, for he knows China very well, and has himself very good, but will not let me see it, lest I should vex find him out and have what I came for yet.
Lock the door, madam. So has she got into my chamber and locked me out? Oh, the impertinency of womankind. Well, Sir Jasper, plain dealing is a jewel. If ever you should suffer your wife to trouble me again here, she shall carry you home a pair of horns. My Lord Mayor she shall. Though I cannot furnish you myself, it is sure, yet I'll find a way.
Upon my first coming in, finding her arms about him, seeming to tickle him, I was half jealous, but now I see my folly. Oh, poor angry horn.
Nay, you laugh now, but it will be my turn ere long. Oh, women, more impertinent, more cunning, more mischievous than the monkeys, and to me almost as ugly. So is she throwing my things about and rifling all I have. But I will get into her the back way, and so rifle her for it.
Poor angry horner.
Stay here a little. I'll ferret her out to you presently.
I warrant. Wife, Lady Fidget, wife, he is coming into you the back way.
Which way he will.
Oh, he will catch you and use you roughly and be too strong for you.
Don't you trouble yourself. Let him, if he can.
A young scientist, also named Helena, has lost her father, and on top of that, she must say goodbye to her one true love, Prince Bertram, who she thinks of day and night. Here is Christina Hinoco as Helena in All's Well That Ends Well.
Oh, were that all! I think not on my father. And these great tears grace his remembrance more than those I shed for him. What was he like? I have forgot him. My imagination carries no favor in it, but Bertram's. I am undone. There is no living, none, if Bertram be away. 'Twere all one that I should love a bright, particular star, and think to wed it he is so above me. In his bright radiance and collateral light must I be comforted, not in his sphere. The ambition my love thus plagues itself. The hind that would be mated by the lion must die for love. 'Twas pretty, though plague, to see him every hour, to sit and draw his hawking eye, his arched brow, his curls, in our heart's table, heart too capable of every line and trick of his sweet favor. But now he's gone, and my idolatrous fancy must sanctify his relics.
And now from the Great American Songbook, this is Stormy Weather, performed by Allison Teagarden.
Don't know why there's no sun out in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. It's raining all the time. Oh, life is dark, gloom and misery everywhere. Storm weather. I just can't keep my poor self together. I'm weary all the time.
bachelor, Petruchio, is in search of a wealthy wife. He sets out to woo the titular shrew, Catherine, whose father is the wealthiest man in town. This is The Taming of the Shrew, with Carly Boyle and Hadley Evans-Nash.
I'll attend her here, and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail, why then I'll tell her plain. She sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown. I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses, newly washed with dew. Say she be mute and will not speak a word. Then I'll commend her volubility and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks, as though she bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the bands and when be married. But here she comes. And now, Petruchio, speak. Oh, good morrow, Kate. For that's your name, I hear.
Well, you have heard, but something hard of hearing. They call me Catherine that do talk of me.
You lie, in faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed. But Kate, my prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate. For dainties are all Kates. And therefore, Kate, take this of me, Kate of my consolation. Hearing thy mildness, praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs. Myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved in good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first. You were immovable.
Why, what's movable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you as me, you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light such a swain as you to catch, and it as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz.
Well ta'en and like a buzzard.
Ooh, slow-winged turtle. Shall a buzzard take thee?
I for a turtle, as he takes a buzzard.
Come, you wasp. In faith, you are too angry.
Oh, if I be waspish, best beware my sting.
Ooh, my remedy is then to pluck it out.
I, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours if you talk with tails. And so farewell.
What with my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate. I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you lose your arms. For if you strike me, you are no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then, no arms!
A herald, Kate! Oh, put me in thy book.
What's thy crest, coxcomb?
A combless cock! So Kate will be my head.
No cock of mine, you crow, too like a craven.
Hey, come, Kate, come. You must not look so sour.
My fashion when I see a crab.
Why? Here's no crab. And therefore look not sour.
There is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What? You mean my face?
Well aimed at such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
And you are withered.
'Tis with care.
I care not.
Nay, hear you, Kate. In sooth, you escape not so.
I chase you if I tarry. Let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find your report a very liar. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech. Yet sweet as springtime flowers. Why does the world report that Kate doth live? Oh, slanderous world! Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender and as brown in hue as hazelnuts and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk! Thou dost not halt!
Go, fool, and whom thou keepst command!
Did ever Dian so become a grove as Kate is chainer with her princely gait? Oh, be thou Dian, and let her be Kate, and then let Kate be chaste, and Dian sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore, from my mother wit.
A witty mother, witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Aye, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Catherine, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, thy father hath consented that you shall be my wife. your dowry agreed on, and will you and nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn. For by this light, whereby I see thy beauty, which doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no man but me. For I and he am born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. I must and will have Catherine to my wife. Now kiss me, Kate.
We'll be married on Sunday!
Lance, a dutiful yet bumbling servant, must follow his master to Milan, and needs must leave his beloved dog Crab. Here we find Lance making the painful discovery that his dog does not share in his sorrow. This is Irene Keeney as Lance in Shakespeare's Two Gentlemen of Verona. Who's a good boy? Come here, Crab.
I think Crab, my dog, be the sourest natured dog that lived. My mother weeping, my father wailing, my sister crying, our maid howling, and our cat wringing her hands, and all our house in great perplexity. Yet did not this cruel-hearted cur shed one tear. He is a stone, a very pebble stone, and has no more pity in him than a dog. My grandmam, who has no eyes, look you, wept herself blind at my parting. Nay, I will show you the manner of it. This shoe is my father. Nay, this left shoe is my father. Nay, this left shoe is my mother. Nay, that cannot be so neither. Yes, 'tis so, it hath the worser soul. This shoe with the hole in it, my mother, and this my father. Ah, a vengeance on't. There 'tis. Now, this glove is my sister, for look you, she is as white as a lily and as small as a wand. And this glove is my Nan, our maid. Now, the dog is me, and I am the dog. Nay, the dog is myself, and I am the dog. Nay, the dog is me, and I am myself. Aye, so. Now, come I to my father. Blessings, father. Now look, the shoe says no words for weeping. Well, now I kiss my father. Well, he weeps on. Now come I to my mother. Oh, that she were a wood woman. Well, now I kiss her. Oh, nay, 'tis my mother's breath up and down. Now come I to my sister. Mark you the moan she makes. Yet did not this dog shed one tear, nor speak one word. Yet see how I lay the dust with my tears.
Macbeth, the usurping scourge of Scotland, has lain waste to the Macduff family name. Spurred by the desire to revenge his family, Macduff finally comes face to face with the Hellhound himself. With choreography by Lauren Gunn, here is that final fatal duel from Shakespeare's Macbeth, featuring Carly Boyle and Marquise Dijon Archuleta.
That way the noise is! Tyrant, show thy face. If thou beest slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns, whose arms are higher to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an edge I sheathe again undeeded. Let me find him fortune, and more I beg not!
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword whilst I see lives. The gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn.
Of all men else, I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged, the blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword.
Thou losest labor. As easy mayst thou the entrenched air with thy keen sword and press, as make me bleed. Let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be that tongue that tell me so, for it hath cowed my better parts of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed, that palter with us in the devil's sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the gaze and show of the time. We'll have thee, as our rarer monsters are, painted upon a pole, and under writ, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield. To kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble's curse. Though Burnham nor do come to Dunsinane, and thou oppose being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Lay on, Macduff, and damn be he that first cries, hold, enough!
Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head! And now we're going to end the evening as we happy few began 8 months ago with Shakespeare's Tempest. Here is Elijah Hernandez with Prospero.
Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant fade, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. And our little life is rounded with a sleep.
My name is Hadley Evans-Nash, and I am based in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I am Irene Keeney, and I am based in Stanton, Virginia.
My name is Logan McCarty, and I'm based in Memphis, Tennessee.
I'm Marquise Dijon Archuleta, and I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia.
I am Shalene Sugar, and I am based in San Antonio, Texas.
My name is Christina Hinago, and I am based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My name is Carly Boyle, and I am based in northern New Jersey.
My name is Elijah Hernandez. Thank you all so very much. I am based in Houston, Texas.